Hello everyone! I hope you guys are having a great day because the markets are sure having a great day, especially the crypto markets. Let's dive right in here and let's actually, whoop, let me change the music here. Alright. Hopefully the music's not too loud and you guys can hear me clearly. Let me just see if anyone can hear me. Yeah, so we're doing quite well today. The S&P did have a slight pullback, but it still, managed to hold its own, only down 13 basis points. Triple Q's had a significantly bigger down day than everything else, down about 60 basis points. IWM flat on the day, and the Dow Jones up 14 basis points, as it's only 30 stocks inside that index, so it's very easily moved up, and it can also be very easily moved down as well. But for now, we could actually cover Tesla. Probably the biggest news of the week, with it going down about 13% on earnings. But again, I want to actually bring something to your attention. And it's that Tesla, by the way, it's down here, not up here. It used to be up here at 220, but Tesla has not been this oversold in quite some time. When I say quite some time, I mean like it hasn't been this oversold in about let's see here. When was the last time the RSI was this low? In January 2019 and February of 2016. Right, we've had very big dips like this before, right? This is not the first time, but you can see every time we've gone something. I'm not saying that it's gonna turn out to be something like this, but most of the times when you get so oversold like this, you used to have a very steep recovery, all right? And then we've seen Tesla sell off massively, terrible earnings, and then boom, it just rallies back up. And this time the RSI was at 18. And then the other time, the RSI was actually down here at 15. And we're kind of like matching this one right now. And this one was a sell-off right here, when Tesla went down and down and down and down and down. This was actually a 65% sell-off in Tesla. And after that, it eked out a massive rally of 113%. And, I mean, you guys can probably tell that that's probably a very good trade to whoever was holding it. And again, if you were held throughout the entire year, it was 190% instead of 116. So you gotta probably make some nice gains there. Same thing here. We are currently in an RSI of 17, so extremely oversold. Once we get into this buy area, in my opinion, I would be adding heavily to long positions, as I do believe we will get a reversal and a continuation up in Tesla. This should follow suit with the markets continuing to move up. The markets are primed to continue to move up as we keep making new all-time highs every day. The Russell 2000 is consolidating right now. I would like to see it move, have one leg higher. If not, it's going to do a full correction down to about 184 on the IWM, or 1840 on the Russell 2000. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to be doing this live stream for about 30 minutes. Going to be doing a bit of a recap what happened today. Gold performing, you know, nonchalant. Really not too much happening in the gold and silver market here. I think it's kind of just waiting for something big to happen in the DXY, and so am I. I'm waiting patiently for the DXY to play out. It's currently at 103.47. Today, I actually had a bit of a dip on that PCE data that came out, and that data was in line with expectations, coming in at 0.2%. So nothing changed right there. Let's take a look at the crypto market very quickly, because today Bitcoin is getting a very, very nice rally. And, you know, we are actually in a trade on the Discord. We're up about 20% on a Ethereum long. But yeah, this was definitely that we hit our buy area here that I have outlined. This hit our buy area. Now, the big question is this going to turn out into a final, you know, a final cycle higher? And this was just an ABC correction like this, and with an overshooting B wave, and we're just going to finally have the final leg up? Or is this the bearish scenario playing out right here, where Bitcoin is going to fail and we're going to come back up? And once we do, we are going to, you know, run into some tremendous resistance right around the 45 area, and then we're going to have a final leg down and a C leg. I mean, that's very possible. That's very possible. Looking at the 4 hour right now, it's a little bit overbought. You know, you can even make the case that the B wave is finished, but I actually don't like that. I would like to see something like this play out. And then you do a bit of a W pattern. You come back down, fade the lows around 40,000, and then you come back up to 45,000, and you finish up around the 618. Or the, if you want, you can do the 50% retrace, which is actually right around the $43,000 area. There's going to be a lot of resistance in this area, so don't get me wrong. And we can even go as high as retesting the previous all-time highs right here. Right here. Not all-time highs, sorry, the local highs. And retest into the sell area that I had labeled. And we actually entered that sell area perfectly. I mean, that's just goes to show you Elliott Wave works amazing. And you guys should definitely learn it. Right. How's it going? Bring me a lower high. I'm looking at 44,200. Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for as well, is a lower high in a B wave for this, you know, this bearish scenario to play out, because I think a Bitcoin needs to cool off and go lower. But if risk assets are going to keep moving up like they are, like the Nasdaq, let's get back on the Nasdaq here. So if the Nasdaq is just going to keep pushing higher and higher, which I do expect it to do. I expect the SPY to continue to you know, march forward, which it is trying to do. But if this 1-2 pattern doesn't play out and we're under 3 of 3, then we're gonna blow off. You know, we're just gonna pump up right now, which it kind of looks like it wants to do. Like its shorts are struggling right now. We can take a look at the SPY on Market Cipher very quickly. Just pull it up. Yeah, so it's actually showing a potential top right now on the S&P on the 1 hour. The daily has yet to confirm it. It's almost confirmed it. The 4 hour has printed a red dot, and we're kind of just chopping sideways right now. But don't get me wrong, just sideways chop does not mean that a top is in, because it could just be consolidation before another move up. Let me take a look here on the wave edge on the SPY. See if we got any new signals. Nothing on the daily, I believe. Nothing on the 4 hour. Just a couple red crosses, and nothing on the 1 hour. We actually had some significant selling today after the open, I believe. On the open, yeah, on the open we got some selling, but that's about it really. Let's see here. What else? What else we got going? Every bull cycle, we always go back down and retest the initial breakout, which is right now sitting around 32K. Yeah, so 100%. I'm with you on that one, my man. So I think we're gonna have to come back and retest this this breakout down here. You know, basically, you know, we've been going up non-stop since we broke out of this consolidation zone. So we probably need to come all the way back down here and flush out a few people. Maybe we'll, if we are lucky. Yeah, I know you rolled bull. I understood. It just auto-corrected to bull, like a cereal bowl. But I do believe that we will come back down and retest these levels. And if we're lucky, we're going to get a wick down to here, right? To around the 25k level. And we'd be even lucky to get that because there's no guarantees in this market. So let's say this is the top here in the primary cycle of wave 1, and it's gonna be following the bearish count. Then in that case, you know, we're gonna stop out. We're not stop out. We're gonna probably find some support around the 30k to 32k area, like you said, from the previous breakout and previous support as well. And from there on, you should have a wave 3 rally into the beginning. You know, a couple months after the halving, probably 2 or 3 months after the halving, you'll get this wave 3 scenario where Bitcoin will probably go up like 200%, 300%. I cannot put a top price on Bitcoin, but it's going to be significant enough for people to start piling in, putting all their money into Bitcoin. And I mean, this is when you'll probably see significant buying on those Bitcoin ETFs, because if you take a look at BITI right here, which is, oh no, that's BITI, which is the ProShares Ultra Short Bitcoin, right? You can see how much they were accumulating on these Bitcoin short positions, right? And they were accumulating this for a very, very long time before we actually saw anything happen. And when it finally, you know, started to break down, they haven't even sold yet. So this tells us that we have a lot more downside coming in Bitcoin. So big money has not taken profits, and then on the long side, you know, look how much profit taking that they were doing on BITO, right? So BITO is the long Bitcoin ETF strategy, and this one, I mean, look at that, how much Bitcoin has gone up since then. So I think we still need to go down. And then looking at BITX, so maybe I'll take a short position on this one if we get an opportunity to, because if this goes up to here, probably like the $26.40 area, I might consider shorting Bitcoin with this, because if this starts to go down to the 30k area, this has a lot of decay because there's leverage in it, and we will profit from this significantly. So that's probably what I'll do on BITX. But yeah, I mean, doesn't mean I'm bearish long-term Bitcoin. I'm very bullish long-term Bitcoin. Just look at my prediction here on my wave count, on my primary cycle wave count. But yeah, I mean, if you want, we could take a look at some individual names. Oh, yeah, let me read something you said. If you look at the weekly, it turns into a giant cup and handle, and the stars are aligned, my friend. Yes, we look on the weekly time frame. It is a giant cup and handle, right? You have your cup, and now we're going to do the handle, which is a pullback, and that pullback can last months. And then after that, huge rally, because cup and handles are very, very bullish. And then we'll take a look here at, I just want to finish off by taking a look at some individual names. If you do stocks, we've been covering Roku and stuff, but maybe I'll do it tonight. I do a video on hedgeline trading every night, but today, you know, Roku, a bit of a pullback, nothing to really talk about there. We'll take a look at Starbucks. Starbucks, nice little update, 21 basis points. Nothing really to make a big deal out of. You know, it's still in the buy area. It's holding its own. Tesla needs to come back lower, just a little bit, like 5% down, I think, 5 or 7 or 6. It could technically go down as low as here, but I wouldn't think it would do that. I think it's already so oversold. Looking at its RSI, let's take a look at Tesla on WaveEdge, see if we got any buyers here. Not any significant on the daily. The 4-hour, we got some down here, and that led us to, you know, think that we were going to get a rally, but it actually gapped down on earnings, which was unfortunate. Day 1 hour, nothing there. 30-minute, I think we got some significant buying coming in here. So they're still buying, probably on the smaller time frames. But yeah, overall, I'm still long Tesla, and we actually opened a long position today on Tesla. We're going to be doing a covered call strategy next week. 4 hour, curling in just a little bit. Red money flow. VWAP is coming back up, but this can technically extend lower. But I don't think there's so much downside risk anymore. I think there isn't that much downside risk. I shouldn't say there isn't any downside risk, because after the drop that we just got. Costco, just buy and walk away. Same with Coke. Yeah, let's take a look at Costco. COST, Costco. Yeah, so Costco is churning higher here at 686. It just keeps pushing on higher. It's got dividends coming up, and it's got earnings in February. And then Coke, KO, Coca-Cola. This one's a little. Again, these are blue chip stocks, very safe. Just keeps pushing higher. Very, you know, it's one of these value stocks, right? Consumer non-durables. And then finally, we'll cover. See if we got anything else to cover. Take a look at Apple. Apple, 192.29 cents. But yeah, this one I expect Apple to start to come back down, but it doesn't mean that the whole market has to. But if this is the case, then this would be very bearish for the markets. Apple is technically a leading indicator. And finally, you know, what do I expect for February? So right now, looking at, let's take a look here at the SPY on the monthly time frame for Market Cipher. So things are looking very bullish for the markets right now. You know, 15 in the -5. I expect this to continue. If the monthly is a leading indicator, then this should extend higher. The weekly is also extending up. There's no sign of a top just yet. And the daily is curling in just a bit, which means maybe we'll get a little bit of a pullback, some consolidation, right? You know, these red dots can appear, but can be negated very quickly by good news. Let me see if we got any news coming up. Actually, I think we still got earnings next week as well, but not tomorrow, Monday, we don't have any news. There we go. So January 30th, we got JOLTS job openings and consumer confidence. And after that, we have CPI. Oh, no, we don't have CPI. That's just Australia. That's basically it for US. Let's take a look at on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm employment change. So that's the private sector reporting. And then an employment cost index. And the Fed fund rate. So the Fed fund rate on January 31st should be remaining the same. Expectations are for them to hold rates steady at 5.5. And the Fed statement. On Thursday, we have ISM manufacturing PMI and unemployment claims. And that's going to be February 1st, so first trading day of the month of February. So you're going to probably see funds allocating. So the market should technically have a bid, should be getting a little bit of a bid on a technicality basis or fundamental basis. And then on Friday, we have non-farm employment change and the unemployment rate for the US, which is expected to rise to 3.8%. So an uptick in unemployment. But last month, we were actually expecting an uptick to 3.9, and we came in lower at 3.7, I believe. Or no, an uptick to 3.8, but we remained flat at 3.7. So we're basically expecting the same thing this month. We expect it to go up to 3.8, and it's currently at 3.7. So we'll see. Let's see. Let me go back to the chat here, see if you guys have any questions. No questions, but let's keep going. But yeah, for February, I still expect this to continue higher, to push higher. You know, there's so much bullishness in this market. People are so willing to buy. There's no fear yet, and fear will come later. Trust me. And there's probably no bigger bear than me, but it is not the time yet to be bearish. It's time to be bullish and to continue to buy the dip, I guess, on stocks that, you know, in my opinion, have great potential to rally. Excuse me, Tesla is one that I think we could get a very big move up, but we need to keep a close eye on this one. There you go. So something like that, and then this should be a little bit of a smaller wave count. Right. Something like that, out of here into a wave 1. right? That'll be your first wave 1, pull back into 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you break out. And how long is this going to take to play out? I don't know. And is this going to be playing out? I don't know. This wave X could be technically in, right? And we are just chopping sideways and getting ready for Y to go down to $50, $25, right? I mean, I don't think that will happen, but it's a very big possibility. But yeah, I mean, this is usually when you know, there's fear and blood in the market, you buy, and this is my opinion, a buy. Not financial advice. Boo boo, bear at that. Ah, welcome, Jack. Nice to hear you, my friend. Welcome to the stream. All right, and then we'll take a look here at. Actually, let's cover the small caps. Let's cover the small caps. I like to talk about small caps. So the small caps right now has had a pullback in a wave 4, and could be finished. And if this is the case, then, if this is the case and it's finished, then it should keep rallying up, but it's just taking a bit of a pause here, right? And this I can actually make 5 waves down, so a nice 5 waves down, but I could also make 5 waves up here, which means this is a whole new cycle. This could be a whole new cycle, or it's just an extension, right? But it's a very complicated correction for the Russell here, A, B, C, right? And now you did your A. Now you're coming back down into B, C, and then you cycle down. Not the greatest. We want this to play out like that. And ABC died there, but yeah, I mean, you've technically made a lower low, so you could play this out like that, and you can make an ABC out of it. But this would have to be another A, B, C inside of another 5-wave move down, because this would be the C. So it's gonna get real messy if we do that. Right? You can make the case as this was like that, like this, like that. But then you have so many ABCs, alright? So it's just, you can even make a WXY. But for now, you know, we'll keep it as is. And this is what I see for the IWM. Dollar, see, dollar is just like, for some reason, like, consolidating at current levels. If the stochastics come back down on the daily, let me check the 4-hour. I mean, it looks like it's consolidating for a break higher. To me, that's what it looks like on you know, on the DXY. It looks like it wants to break higher. Let's take a look at market cipher. Daily green dot recovery on green money, red money flow. Weekly is looking still bullish. So I mean, the dollar could push higher, right? That would be bearish for equities. So you have so many factors coming into play, but news can move things. You look at KB Homes. I think there was some insider selling today. Alright, perfect. Someone's given me some tickers to look at. Alright, any thoughts on biotech stocks, CRSP, NTLA, Beam, DNA, etc.? Also, SoFi reports on Monday. So let's take a look at all those stocks. Why not? I was actually, the only biotech I was in at one point was Biogen. And I had some put options that I think we made some money on as it came back down pretty significantly after its big gap up. But let's take a look at CRSP. CRSP. CRISPR Therapeutics. Oh, I actually had it in my list right here. So I actually had it down here. I mean, I do on a fundamental basis. Do I have any opinion about it? No, I don't. But we'll take a look at the weekly, see what's going on here. All right. I mean, you broke out from a weekly downtrend here, and you're just what you're doing is you're kind of consolidating right now. You're consolidating, in my opinion, before a potential break higher. Let's actually take a look at this a little bit closer. We'll do a count. So probably something like this. And then you're in this accumulation phase. Now the big question is, kind of looks like PayPal, right? I'll give you an example. It looks like PayPal, right? And it's in this phase where it's accumulating. And you're accumulating before going higher. And then I had the bearish scenario that we could technically make a lower low, which is still possible because we failed this breakout here. And we are coming back down in the range, which is unfortunate because we were actually primed to go higher. So it kind of looks like it's just chopping out traders before potential leg down here. And if this is the case, then this is quite bearish for PayPal. So similar situation to CRSP. And I mean, you could be like in this wave down. Right. And you're just extending down. See leg. Let's see leg look like it finished here, and now you're just doing a chop. Yeah, so this looks like it was like a corrective move. I mean, it could come down. CRSP. Let's take a look. Daily. Yeah, so it looks like the C leg is finished. ABC, yeah. Okay. If they're making the case that the C leg extended all the way here, which means it's not a WXI, and it's a 5-wave move. And if the 5-wave move is actually done, then this is actually an impulse. This does look impulsive. Doesn't look like a corrective move. This looks like an impulsive move like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you should come up. You should get out of this. This should hold, and you should come out in a 3-wave, 5-wave move up, like that. Right, so you should come out. You should come out of this here. Yeah, so, I mean, hoping it breaks out. Yeah, I mean, biotech is obviously a risky thing to be in. But you seem to know your stocks. You have also a big list right there. Probably add the other ones too. And NTLA, we'll add NTLA to it next time. Therapeutics. We'll take a look at this one too. Okay, this one's a little bit different. This one looks like there's still more pain to be had. It's possible. I mean, you came back within this range, right? Let me find a range here. Parallel channel. Yeah, so there you got the top of your range there, and then you have the bottom of the range. And you're gonna probably retest the mean. Now you're gonna come retest this mean right here at 21. And if that's the case, you're still going down. this can extend much lower, so there's much more risk in NTLA, right? NTLA. It's showing that the C leg is done, which it's found a low here, right? It's found a low, but the move off is not impulsive enough. You need to see something like this, but weekly looks not that great. The monthly could be bottoming out. That would be a good sign. Yeah, I mean it's recovering. This could be the low here, the double bottom, and you impulse out. That would be very bullish. But there's definite risk. So you probably set your stop here at the previous low, and if you break that, then you're going much lower, and you're gonna come. You could possibly retest the mean or even the low at $10. That's still a lot of risk. So it's up to you for that one. We'll take a look here at another one. Let's take a look at Beam Therapeutics. Beam, yeah, basically the same thing as NTLA. And you're coming back in the range here, and you're inside this range. You want to get out of it as soon as possible. Daily looks ready to go. Daily looks primed to go up. The weekly is not looking so hot. The weekly looks like this could extend much lower, and the daily could fail. So I'd be careful with these biotech names. And we'll finish off with DNA. It's a good ticker symbol, DNA. DNA. DNA is at support at the moment. Wow, this thing was okay. So for this one, so this one is probably a lot more risks. What's the market cap on this? 2.3 billion. What's the other ones? 0.9. So these are definitely smaller market caps. They're billion-dollar companies, but seem to be light volume. This one, all I can say for this one is you set your stop at the previous low, and if you take that out, then you stop out and you look for another trade. But this one has a lot of recovery to do to even get back at its IPO price. Because when they go below the IPO, you're just in you could be in a free fall in price discovery, right? All right. So that's basically it. I think I covered everything. I'll take a look at SoFi. SoFi. You could still be in 2. So, if this is it, then it should be finished here. And if this is the count, then SoFi should be done here. SoFi should be done, find support, and reverse back up. That's what you should see happening for see. Yeah, I mean this looks like this is it. ABC, yeah. You should be done here. Let me see. You get on the smaller time frames. And you impulsed out. So you should have a nice day for SoFi. But if earnings don't go well, the C leg could actually still extend. This could be 1, 2, 3, right? This means that the wave 2 could still be not in, and you're gonna extend lower, because that would set up your price target for some pretty low prices here. And if earnings don't go your way, you're looking at like a 20 to 18% drop. This can happen. But if this is it, and then you should come out of it, and you're not gonna get to this level here. But actually could redo this. No, I think that would be it. Stop loss on SoFi. I mean, SoFi, you can't really stop out if it's on earnings. You'll gap down or gap up. Yeah, it really depends on earnings. There's no guarantee. I can look at it. Let me see SoFi. Not SOTI, SoFi on Market Cipher, and we'll take a look at it on WaveEdge so you see any accumulation. So these sold out. You're getting some long signals here on the daily, 4 hour. You got some buying, but they're probably unloading on the 1 hour. These red crosses, you probably got out. Daily. You got green money flow, green dot, 1 hour. You're in red money flow, but you're trying to get out of it. This one's a little bit riskier. See, the thing is with these, as like Tesla, right? Tesla, you could see on the 4 hour, we're getting some buying down here, and then earnings came and we gapped down, right? So there's nothing we can do there. And the same thing, like Tesla had a buy signal on the daily. Right here, and then boom, earnings come and then just blows out the ass, right? Which is unfortunate. You have a push lower. This is these yellow crosses though usually are like your opportunities to get into a position. Yep. Workhorse. Alright, and let me see here. No problem. No problem. I think we had some earnings this morning. I think American Express. EXP. Wow, big day for American Express. 7% move. It was close. Visa, not so much. And Capital One did pretty well as well. We see here, I'll just take a look at the earnings chart. What do we get? CNN. Oh yeah. Norfolk Southern Corporation. I should want to see Levi's. Look at that big wick. Arthur Gallagher. Pushing higher. Yep. I don't really have much to add for you guys, but that's basically it. My outlook is for a continuation in February. I don't have any downside scenarios yet because I don't really see it. I don't see it in the charts. Wow, look at these ones. Alright guys, so I think that's about it. Don't have much to add. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and if you guys want to get more analysis, go subscribe to my Hedgeline Trading account. The link is in the description. I do market recaps every single day. If you guys want to get more analysis for crypto and stuff, subscribe to this channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for coming, and go sign up for TradeZing. I post there every night. Peace.